Project Search.
Hi, it's Danny. Today, I'm going to be talking about hygiene, grooming, and dressing appropriately as part of our theme for the week, which is how to keep your job. Okay, time to start the presentation. So you'll need a pencil or pen and something to write on once again. There'll be questions throughout the presentation, and I will prompt you to write your answers. Remember that you can pause and you can rewind, you can rewatch the video to make sure that you get all the answers down the way you want them to be. And that'll be great because then you'll be ready to present your answers when we discuss the material in our group meeting. Project Search UTMC Remote Learning, How to Keep a Job, Part 1, Appropriate Clothes, Grooming and Hygiene. This presentation will cover important information related to keeping a job. During this presentation, you will need a pencil or pen and paper handy to write answers to the questions that are asked. Think carefully about the questions and be ready to share your answers with the group when we meet to talk about the presentation. So you'll need a pencil, paper, and put on your thinking cap. All right, the right clothes for the job. When you're at home, doing something fun with friends or enjoying a hobby, you typically can wear the clothes you prefer. When you report to work, however, you must comply with your company's dress code. Dress codes vary from business to business, so you will need to be familiar with your employer's particular dress code before you report for your first day of work. Here come the questions. What are the main items you are required to wear when you attend Project Search? Can you think of jobs at UTMC or in the community that would have a similar dress code? Think about the jobs you've seen out there in the community and at the medical center as well. And what types of work do you see people doing who might be dressed in a similar way to a Project Search intern? Remember that you can pause or rewind or rewatch if you need to answer the questions. Dress codes are typically related directly to the tasks that workers perform. For example, someone working as a lifeguard at a pool would most likely wear swim clothes and not a business suit and tie. Here are your questions. What types of tasks do you think each person in the pictures below is dressed to do? So take a look at these. You have A, B, and C. So for each of those, write down what tasks you think that these people are dressed for. Remembering that you can pause, rewind, and rewatch as needed. And a further thought about your work clothes. You must make sure your work clothes are clean and neat looking. You should wash your work clothes regularly, and some items might need to be ironed. And your questions are, what might happen if you don't wash your work clothes? What is the purpose of ironing your work clothes? Think about both of those. Pause if you need to, and write down what you think the answers will be. So we're going to move on now to grooming and hygiene. Making sure you have the right clothes for the job is important, but there is an equally important thing to consider. Do you look and smell clean? Did you comb or brush your hair? The answers to these questions should always be yes. If you don't keep up with grooming and hygiene, then all the other things you've done to find and keep a job will be jeopardized. That's how important your grooming and hygiene are. You must always bathe, brush your teeth, and make sure your hair is neat before you report to work. Here are some questions. What might happen if you failed to do one or more of the following before going to work? A, bathe, that's shower or take a bath. B, brush your teeth. C, comb your hair. So think about what would happen if you didn't remember or just didn't feel like doing those things and you didn't do them before going to work. You can pause, you can rewind, rewatch if you need to. All right, so I'm going to summarize now. It's important to arrive at work clean and dressed appropriately every time. Bathe, brush your teeth, and use deodorant every day. Make sure the clothes you wear to work meet the requirements of your employer's dress code and are clean and neat. So that's it for now. Make sure that you have your answers written down for all of those questions in there and be ready to share them because I will call on you. I'll call on everybody to share their answers when we get together.